And give me a second. I would also give you access for sharing the screen so that in case you want to show from your side, I anyway have the backup, but I would like to give you the, give me a minute, Samson Selladurai. And okay, can you see there? Did you get any access for?
Yes, it said you're a presenter now. Yeah, I think I got
on the top. Yeah.
Okay.
You can keep it ready. Anyway, I have certain things to share, and then we, yeah, once you're okay, and then we will take it up from there.
Yeah, sure.
Right, Vashistha, are you there? Where is Vashistha? Can you hear me? Okay. Perfect. Is it there, bro? Can you just try sharing it a minute? Just for the trial.
Oh, you mean sharing my screen? Yeah.
Just for trial, whether the app which you have, the PDF, no, which you've shared.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll just.
Sure.
For now, I'll just share my screen and.
Yeah, if it's there, that means yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'll just share my screen.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I'm Safe Women Safety app.
support
Yeah, it was there on the screen. Maybe you can.
Okay. 1 second. I was trying to figure out which. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So you can. Which screen are you seeing now? I'm
seeing the app. I'm safe.app.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll just.
So you can stop sharing the screen, and then we'll take it from now. Yeah. Vashistha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So could you just give? Can you turn on your cam for a few seconds and give the welcome note, and then we'll take it forward from there. Is that okay?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Samson sir, there is a student there from 20 BBA, and they just want to give you a welcome note.
Okay.
Yeah? Over to you, sister, and then you can give welcome note. Yes.
Sir, thank you for being provided with. I'm very thankful for being provided with this opportunity. Sir, I'm a bit nervous. Good evening, my respected sir, my dear fellow mates. I'm feeling blessed to start this meeting by welcoming Mr. Samson Selladurai, founder of Ruah Tech Solutions. This passionate in a technology startup in Australia, and let him interact with us. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Vashistha. And this is what we need. No stress, nothing. Thank you so much. And let's have a good session. Yeah. So, Samson sir, here we have BBA students, we have engineering, and it'll be a dialogue between us, and it's been recorded so that it can go on live on YouTube anytime. And then these students are all doing either the foundation course in BBA or engineering on lean startup management, and all trying to understand what different entrepreneurs do. So my job is to make them meet entrepreneurs like you. And we know the timing is little off. It's in the evening because I wanted them to finish off the class, and want to know about your time zones. How do you people work in Australia? It's such a different time zones, and the office in Chennai. Then you have an office in Europe, yeah? So my dear friends, I'll just take few seconds to first share the educational qualifications and what did Mr. Samson do in his field. I hope quickly can somebody tell me, are you able to see the LinkedIn? Yes, no, no, yes. Audience.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So we'll straight away go down and see, all right, first as an education qualification. All right. I'm proud that we both belong to the same alma mater. We studied in Karunia, and he was our junior, but very efficient. And he did his Bachelor of Engineering in 2004 and 2008. And also went on to do his Masters in South Australia. He did his Masters in International Business from 2008 to 2010. And now it's 2021, 11 years. There's no turning back. He has been doing a lot of things you can see in international, in getting into politics, public policy, whatnot, leadership. And then right from his college days, he was very passionate about doing a lot of new ventures. You can see he has been a co-founder, director, co-founder, and now they have their own Ruah Tech Solutions in Australia for the last 5.9 years, 6 years. But they are going to do something which the world is going to speak for the next 10, 15 years. AR, VR, MR, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, cyber security, and whatnot. All right. And this is a website. We'll come to that later. I hope you can see they have, all right, almost 16 industry verticals, more than 100 plus projects going on in 3 different locations in the world. Very good story how a student who studied in India, in Tamil Nadu, went on to do his master's in Australia, and you'll be surprised to see how they're doing a lot in global level in logistics, supply chain, blockchain, AI, VR, AR, and all that stuff. So there are a lot of things to catch up, but we'll keep these things a little later. And now what I want to show is, I just want to show a little bit about the work, what they've been doing, and how things are working. Just give me a second. Can you people tell me whether are you able to see something on the screen as a poster? Yes, no, no, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Is it there? Okay. Now we'll quickly go and see how Mr. Samson he is blessed with a boy with one baby now. The second baby is under manufacturing. Yes, Samson.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And God has blessed him with a beautiful family. And he's also have a twin brother. It's so confusing, to understand who's who, but both are doing amazing. The beauty is coming from India and going to the world over. That's what I want you people to understand. Whoever is listening, wherever you're listening from, all right, how from Tamil Nadu, from down south, all the way to, Australia and to other parts of the world. So there you can see his pictures, all right, and maybe Sam, maybe you can tell us even with who is this person and what is
so
this?
that's Honorable John Anderson. He was the former Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. I had
Deputy Prime Minister of Australia.
Yeah, so I had the privilege to meet with him in one of the. So before an election, they have like open sessions. So on different key policies. So he represented his political party and gave his opinion. And after that meeting was finished, I had the privilege to spend a couple of minutes with him and
Good. So that Deputy Prime Minister. Now what is this?
That's the MP of Australia. I did Honorable Andrew Laming. I did 1 week internship with him. So in his office, so got to understand how policies are framed, how how the whole political structure functions. So it was good. Yeah.
In Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Then let's go here.
That's
what is that? You won $5,000 in a new venture institute.
Yeah. So basically, in my LinkedIn, you would have seen a place where it said "Kick It." So it's basically we developed a mobile app to help people quit smoking. We pitched the idea, we won the second prize, and this was the prize plus a trip to Silicon Valley as well.
A trip to Silicon Valley. And this is way back in 2014, huh?
2014, yeah.
Wow, it's almost, oh, good. And that's your friends, your team
Yeah,
members. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, this is the Prime Minister of
Yeah, this is
Australia.
Prime Minister of Australia, former Prime Minister of Australia, Honorable Tony Abbott, Prime Minister of Australia.
So meeting a Prime Minister of Australia is not a joke, at such a young age. Uh, so this is where talent speaks. It doesn't matter what color, what caste, which country we belong to. At the end of the day, your talent, matters a lot. So what is this one now?
This is with Mark Mudry. He's a lawyer. He has his own law firm, and he also is the treasurer for Advocates International, which is a global organization having 30,000 lawyers in 150 countries. They do fight a lot of justice issues and issues at a national level. So he's my mentor as well. So
Good. Let's go to the next one.
So that's Senator Bob Day. He's one of the senators of former senator of Australia. So I had the privilege to have a one-on-one session with him in his office, and he gave me the book signed by him, where he said, "You have to read this book. It's one of the best books you'll read on public policy." So, yeah.
Public policy, yeah. Oh wow.
So that's Senator Lucy. She is the first African senator in Australia. So I had the privilege to meet with her as well.
Good. All top officials, yeah.
So this is the former High Court judge of Uganda, and then he's now promoted to the DPP, the Department of Public Prosecution. He's heading the entire department. And
Uganda.
Uganda, yeah.
Okay. So I guess this is the Indian team from Reliance, or?
So this is Neeraj Ambani. I think
Neeraj Ambani.
He's the nephew of Mukesh Ambani. So we had a conference in Mumbai where we pitched a blockchain project. In my LinkedIn, you will see a company called Tribe. So we did a blockchain on logistics, and 200 CEOs in Mumbai. We pitched a project, and at the end of the conference, he came to me, had a chat, gave me his card, and said, "I would like to be in touch with you." So we just took a snap there. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, maybe this is the last one. Yeah.
So that's the state premier of South Australia. He's the current state premier, equivalent to our CM in the state of South Australia. So I had a chat with him on future technologies and how Ruah Tech can help the partner with the state in development and things like that.
Okay, so my dear friends, wherever you're watching this, I feel really proud, at such a young age, if somebody can, really do amazing work, keep pitching, keep doing ideas, keep going toward the world. It's a big message to all of you who are listening, both live and online. There is no limit to hard work. There's no limit to efforts. So Samson Selladurai has proved. Can you just tell a little bit about? I remember you. I graduated in 2004, and then you came in for your engineering. What led you to think in engineering, and after engineering, your total stream was masters in international business.
Yeah.
And that was somewhere in Australia. And after that, you never came back. You established a company. We think, establishing a company in India, it's a big thing. So can you just tell us a little bit about the journey, your passion to the audience?
Yeah. I think, one of the things we learn in university, in college, or especially in our bachelor's is, not only do we learn about our subject and the technical side, but we also learn confidence. It's mainly we learn it among our peers while we have a chat, or while we discuss on cricket, and while we discuss on weekends. It's these little moments that actually develop confidence, boldness to face the world, leadership capabilities, and things like that. But for me, the driving motivational force was making change. So for me, it was like, I have to make a change in the world. I have to make the world a better place. And to do that, I cannot be stuck in a 9-to-5 job. I have to, do something on my own that will give me the time and the resources and the freedom to do what I love to do. Actually, it was this driving factor that led me, that was my lens through which I was viewing everything else. So soon after I finished my university, I was thinking I just don't want to go for any job. I want to go, higher studies. I want to go explore a different country, and so that's how the journey started, and that's what led me to knock on every doors. So a lot of youngsters give up very easily. They have very high ambitions, but they are not willing to work on the ground level. It's like you have to be willing to, get your hands dirty and willing to plow the field on your own. If you are thinking of becoming like an influencer. So I think that was the driving force for me, and I was willing to do anything basically, and that's how doors were opened. I was knocking on every door, and yeah, so they say success is 99% hard work and 1% luck. So it was basically that.
All right, and can you tell us what was your engineering stream, and how did you land up in this technology field? Yeah.
So it's basically, I'm a little bit embarrassed,
What
but
did you
actually,
do on your 4 years engineering?
yeah, I basically did my bachelor's in civil engineering, right?
Oh,
But
God.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I was never interested in civil engineering, and but I was always involved in a lot of extracurricular activities in universities and during my college days. But I always had this desire to be an entrepreneur. I think it was inbuilt, like inside me, and I didn't know how to express it. And the fact that I did a master's in international business gave me the language to my feeling. That's what I would put it. I already had the feeling, but my education gave me the language to my feeling and how to go about it and how to take the little steps.
So from civil engineering, you shifted to Master of International Business. So do you mean to say that anyone in entrepreneurship has no limit?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, an entrepreneur, there's a difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. A businessman is, he can, you give, he can multiply something like, if one banana is 5 rupees, a businessman will think, okay, if I have to make 50 rupees, I have to make 10 bananas. Like, that's what a businessman thinks. But an entrepreneur, the key difference is he creates value. So an entrepreneur, when he looks at a banana, he'll be thinking, okay, this banana is 5 rupees, but let me make a banana milkshake and let me sell it for like 20 rupees. Creating value is what differentiates an entrepreneur from a businessman. So for me, I think it was all about creating value. What can we do to make the society better? What can we do to make lives easy? What can we do to bring change? So it was this attitude of adding value that actually made me realize I had this gift of entrepreneurship in me.
Good. So most of the students feel that to do an entrepreneurship and startup, you need to have a lot of money. So is it money or is it idea or is it what? A little message to the students.
Actually, the funny thing is, I say to my friends, unless you are not prepared to die 100 times and be resurrected 100 times, don't become an entrepreneur or don't even try to be an entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurship is something that you are driven not by money. If you're driven by money, on step one, I'll tell you, please try a different occupation. But entrepreneurs are driven by adding value and bringing change. So you have to have this relentless desire to make that happen, and you will see things falling into place. Yes, money is needed. Yes, right resources are needed. Yes, right advice is needed. But more than all of that, you need to have this resolve in you that you have to make change. For example, the first entrepreneurship, one of the early ones I tried was the one where we won the prize to create a mobile app to help people quit smoking. My co-founder there in the picture is James Stewart. He is Kiwi. He's a New Zealander. He had his own struggles with smoking, and then he wanted to quit. He quit smoking, and then he realized, I want to help people, come out of this addiction of smoking. So you're actually creating value. You are not trying a business to make money, but you're doing a business that gives a solution. So the moment you do that, then you attract the right people, you attract the right mentors, the advisors, and even the funding and things like that. So the direct answer to that is money is not the first priority. You need to know what problem you're trying to solve. So if you're clear in what problem you're trying to solve, then everything else will fall in place.
All right. Now let's leave India and let's go a little bit to Australia. What were the challenges? See, you met prime ministers, you met president, you met member of parliaments, you met the jury, you met the legal advisors, and you did internships with the, one of the top administrators in Australia. How was that experience, and what led you to go to that?
I think the first thing that really helped me, I mean, this is coming back a little bit to basic of what my life is about. I was very clear that I am in this world to contribute something to this world. So I realized that as insignificant as I am, as different as I am, as unique as I am, I have something to contribute that only I can contribute. Meaning, like, there may be people better than me, there may be people doing things bigger and better than me, yet what the little I can contribute, only I can contribute. So I had this attitude. So when I went to Australia, I never felt intimidated, or I never felt like, okay, I'm this dark skin among all white skin people, like they are some sort of superior over me. I never felt that way. I always felt that, okay, I am in that country, and no matter how insignificant I was in their eyes or in others' eyes, I have something to contribute that they need. So when I met with the MP, or when I met with the former Prime Minister, in fact, when I met the former Prime Minister Tony Abbott, first thing I went and told him, Mr. Prime Minister, we really appreciate what you're doing. And I told about our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, and I said, our Prime Minister and both of you are infrastructure Prime Ministers. That's what I told him. And he laughed and he said, he's a good fella, So I tried to build that relationship, and I went and told him, we are cheering you on, because though that word may look insignificant, yet for a person at his position who's hearing a lot of criticisms, here I am, this Indian walking into him and offering him some sort of support, saying, I'm cheering you on, Mr. Prime Minister, you're doing good. So I always felt that there's something that I can offer to others. So that attitude helped me move with people, helped me have, the big picture, and that's how things develop from there.
Okay. My only question is, now can you turn from all that towards a little bit of your, you're doing an amazing app. It is in a development stage, and many people from Europe is behind it. So, and there are even girls, here we hear about women's security. Little bit about Ruah Tech, how and why you went into artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality. Why this area and blockchain? How is this going to change the world? Little general, yeah.
Okay, so to give you a quick snapshot of why we started Ruah Tech is basically, as I said, you need to find a problem that you have to solve. So the first thing is, as I told you about this Kick It app, we tried to develop in Australia, and we realized there are no good development companies there. Either they are too expensive for an entrepreneur, or their quality is really crap. So then this thought came to us. I mean, India is the mother of all talents in terms of technology, right? From Barclays till, every Tom, Dick and Harry, their IT guys are Indian. So I thought, we have this global talent, why are we not tapping it? So we said, okay, we'll open an office in India, we'll open an office in Australia, and we will work together and make it happen. So that was the reason why we went into Ruah Tech. And from there, we started realizing, there is so much untapped potential in the future tech. Like, the world is heading there. It's all about data. It's all about AR, VR, and MR. It's all about cybersecurity. The fourth trip that I did to Australia, after I came to India around 2016, I think, it was at that time we got to hear the news that the Australian Parliament was hacked. And to me, a lot of people are talking negative reports about it, and yeah, surely you're concerned because your security is compromised. But for me, as an entrepreneur, I saw an opportunity because there was a problem that was waiting to be solved. So I made a resolve in myself and said, okay, this is a sign for me that there is a market there, and we have to solve a problem. So we opened an entire new division of Ruah Cybersecurity. The same with AR and VR, when we realized, a lot of advertising that is going to happen in the future is not going to be, if you see the pattern, we were moving from images to videos. Even Facebook algorithm works where they push you more and more to see videos, and then came the Reels and the TikToks and all these 30-second videos, and LinkedIn came up with the 20-second video. So it's going there. So everywhere there is a progression. So similarly, even the advertisements of the future will not be 2D or 3D alone. It will be into AR, VR, and MR. So we said, okay, we have to be one step ahead of the game. So let's pioneer into that and open an entire division of AR and VR, things like that. So similarly in the blockchain space. So yeah, so in a nutshell, basically you're seeing an opportunity, you're seeing a problem, and then you're feeling that you have the solution for it, and then you're stepping into it.
Cool. So let me quickly take you and the whole participants, wherever they are, to your website. And can you just tell us from here, is there anything so important that people should know? ruahtech.com.au is the Australia.
Yes, actually, if you just go to ruahtech.com without the AU, you will see our more latest one with the future tech. Yeah, just the .com. Yeah, ruahtech.com.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So we realize that we want to position ourselves as a company that brings solutions to the problems of the world. We are not just here to do a service, make money. Yes, money will come, money will follow us, but what we have to focus on is creating a solution, be a problem solver. So that's what we
your local offices here.
Yeah,
if you just Australia address and number.
Yeah, that's a head office. So if you just if you just click a logo, or go up, scroll up, if you can scroll up a little bit, you will see the home page. I think.
What is there on the screen now?
No, that's a global office. So we are currently having a partner office in Netherlands, and then we have our office in Chennai and Adelaide and Melbourne. So we have 4 offices currently.
Okay. So can I go to About Us? Or...
yeah, or even home is fine. It's
home. Okay.
It's just a simple website we did to show that we are positioning ourselves more in the future tech space. Our newly rebranded website, we call it Ruah 3.0, is still under development. So let me see if I can open it. 1 second.
Maybe I'll stop sharing the screen and you could.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'll see. Sorry if that site is. Yeah. So this is where
you could share it first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just 1 second. Sorry. Go to the Teams.
So
still taking time to load.
Students also can keep their questions prepared to have a live talk with the founder, and who knows, after so many years, you would be on the screen and you would be interacting with the world of people. So keep yourself ready. Augustine Anthony, are you able to hear me? Augustine Anthony, Ashutosh Kumar Singh.
Oops. Yeah, can you see this?
That's better. Yeah, Ruah, the future is here. Blockchain.
Okay. So these are the things we have. So we have blockchain, a separate department. We have separate Ruah Virtual Labs, which is our virtual reality division, and then we have a separate cybersecurity division as well. And then we have a separate artificial intelligence division. And then we have a separate mobile apps. So in fact, we have our own application that we are co-patent owners of it. So that's called Let's Join, and it's a social media aggregated platform. And then there are a few case studies on what we did. Yeah, this is the one, the Let's Join In. We are co-patent owners of it as well, because we helped expand the algorithm, and the client was very generous to make us co-patent owners.
That's good.
One of the blockchain that we did, a traded blockchain platform, and then this is the future marketing. So this is where we want to head. It's basically called, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this terminology. It's called DARQ terminology. It's basically DARQ stands for distributed ledger, which is blockchain, artificial intelligence, extended reality, which includes AR and VR, and then quantum computing technology. So those of you who are interested in technology and want to pursue a career, if you focus on any of these DARQ technologies, I can bet you your next 20 years is taken care of, because these are areas where right now, to give you a perspective, we have a client who has been telling us, get me a master's in artificial intelligence and I'm ready to sign off a project with you like today. So we've been working to find the right fit for it, and we are partnering with different agencies to find the right fit. So what I'm saying is, this is an area where you are headhunted. If in your distributed ledger it's more into the blockchain space, AI, then MR, AR, and VR, and then quantum computing. So keep an eye on these things, and then these are some of the clients' work that we have done, and then our global offices as well. Just a very simple one we did in between while we are developing our actual Ruah 3.0 website.
Good. So now let's come to the main thing. Your app, which is going to make waves. What is that? And a little bit about your new project.
Yeah. So basically, around a year and a half, actually around end of 2019, we had a very sad situation happen in India around one of the rape that happened, and it got national attention. And while driving, I was talking to myself. I said, what are we going to do about it as a technology company? So soon after these thoughts were on my mind, we gathered the team together, a core team of managers, and I said, friends, what can we do to solve this problem from a technology point of view? Not just giving more counseling and having more awareness sessions. What can we do to tackle this problem in India? So initially, I was thinking from an Indian need, maybe Southeast Asia like Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, where there's a lot of abuse and rapes. So we started on this journey, and little did I know that the need for this is enormous. So to cut the long story short, so we came up with a plan and developed, and in process of developing a mobile app that that geotags. So in any event of emergency, a woman can just say a voice which is pre-recorded by her.
Sharing the screen?
Yes, just give me 1 second. Just see. How do I just share a different screen? So can you see this?
Just now I'm safe. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we did our research. We I can show you what is the. So our vision was basically to protect our women against sexual violence and domestic violence, and we have a two-sided philosophy, which is basically we rescue and we restore. So not only are we focusing on rescue, we're also focusing on restoration for those who are abused, and how do we bring them back. And we did a market study, and we realized 35% of women globally have experienced physical or sexual violence, and that's shocking. I mean, you're talking 35%. So out of that, 91.5% of rape goes unreported. You're talking 9 out of 10 goes unreported. And 43% of them were basically by family or friends or their close circle. So half of all the abuse happens is by close circle, and close to 120 million of girls have either experienced forced sex or other sexual acts. So this is a very daunting problem right in front of our eyes. So we thought, as a technology company, how are we going to solve the problem? So we did a study on the existing apps, and we found what are the challenges. So there is no time to react by pressing a button. So for example, a woman is walking on the street, someone is coming to attack her. She doesn't have the time to take the phone from her handbag, or open the app and try to call somebody. There is no time there. So that is a big challenge. Number two, there is no live tracking. Even if she gets hold of the phone and tries to talk to someone saying, I'm in need, I'm in danger, nobody knows where she is or what's her exact location. Then there is no privacy during her. This is for people who are under domestic abuse, and they needed help, and they don't feel safe. So there was no privacy in most of the apps we saw. Then the data was not secure, as in it could be tampered with. It could be there are cases in most Western countries where there's a lot of legal issues around rape and murder and all those things. So nobody knows what the data is. Is it safe? Is it the right data? Is it the factual data? And lastly, we realized there was no community platform. It was all involving a single individual. So then we realized, okay, this is a problem. Let's bring a solution. So we developed this app called I'm Safe. It's basically a voice recognize. So the moment you download this app, it will ask you to pre-record your panic voice. So for someone, they may say, when you're in need or when you're in panic, you may call, you may say, oh my God, and someone else who may be in under panic, they may say, help me, or someone else may come and say, oh heck, something like that. It's basically each of us have our own panic voice, right? So we wanted to, you can pre-record the panic voice, and then when you just say that word in time of need, the entire app will come alive. Basically, it will start its own function around it. And what it does is it geotags your location. It sends your location to 5 of your trusted contacts, which is what we are doing, adding trusted contacts. So you can add your trusted contact. So for a woman A, for example, let's say a woman named Laura, her trusted contact could be her mother, her friend, her daughter, or her colleague. She can add her own trusted contacts. So the moment she presses the panic button, this message will go to 5 of her trusted contacts. And then it not only sends the geotagging location, it automatically starts recording for 10 seconds, both audio and video. So that in any case of the bad situations, we can, find out the victim or things like that. Next, in terms of security, it's fully blockchain enabled, meaning the data cannot be tampered. If you're aware with the technology of blockchain, it is basically secure and it's impossible to hack. So everything will be time-stamped and it cannot be hacked. And then there is a place for insights. I'll show you some screenshots. So basically, a woman can, learn about, how to come out of abuse if they are under abuse, how to report, how to protect themselves, and a lot of articles to help them. Then there is a safety marker, which is when a woman walks into a street. So let's say you are near a place like, for example, Taj Mahal, right? And there's a street nearby. And you can go to that place and you can mark it extremely safe, unsafe, or extremely unsafe. So you can have a marker, and imagine if there is 100 to 200 women, actually real women, marking a real place as unsafe. We can take that data and go to a local council and say, this is a real woman, and they have marked, 200 of these women have marked this unsafe. What are you doing about it? Are you doing a patrol? Are you doing a street light? We can bring real change through that. And then there is a helpline where, those women who need help, they can call the NGOs, they can get legal opinion, legal help, and be helped that way. So that's the goal behind what we are trying to build. And then we have a lot of plan with the roadmap on first phase, second, third, and fourth. So this is a big vision. So showing you some of the screenshots. So this is some of the sample screens, like adding your 5 trusted contacts, and then joining a community circle, and how this SOS is triggered, and what happens when SOS is alerted. And so some of the sample screens you can see here, connecting to helpline and insights. So this is a big vision, and we have taken the first step. And again, every milestone begins with a single step, and we are taking that with confidence, knowing that we will make a change. And when I talk this to women in Australia, Europe, actually I did not think that Western world was in need of an app like this. So I was casually talking to my colleagues in Australia saying, we are doing this for India, and every woman I spoke to said, can we have this app for Australia? Can we have this for Europe? Can we have this for USA? And I was like, hang on, I thought you guys are safe out there. I didn't know there's so much stuff was happening there. And then I was given statistics of what happens overseas, and I was shocked and mind blown. So basically, we have people chasing us to do partnerships and tie-ups and give licenses for separate countries. So yeah, we'll finish this app, and this will bless the world and make a change in our world and make women safe.
So we're just one day after the International Women's Day, and then you're bringing such an amazing technology build solution, right? Maybe we can stop sharing the screen, and then what's that opportunity? How much opportunity is there?
Sorry. I basically had mentioned where, it's 120. The total women is, I just did a stats for Europe, was 240 million women. And the total women aged between 18 and 15, Europe alone was 130 million. And we target just 1% of women, a conservative estimate, and there are 1.3 million users in US in Europe alone. And if you talk India, you're talking 10x straight away.
So you did a lot of market gap analysis. You did a study,
yeah,
and you're trying to say that, hey, when you find a gap in the market and you find a market in the gap, everything works on its own. All right. Then can you tell students a little bit about the funding? How does funding happen when you have a good product and good idea?
So
what are different ways?
Yeah, so the thing is, most of these, you have to understand firstly that as much as an entrepreneur with an idea, you are looking keenly for funding. There is the other side of the story where people with money, like people with funding, are keenly looking for projects to invest. So some of them will be looking for projects to invest to make more money, to increase their wealth. And there will be other group of people with money to invest in the right place to make the world a better place, like philanthropists and, what they call impact investors and things like that. So firstly, you have to understand that. So number two, you have to have a clear goal in mind, like, what problem you are solving, what is the market, what is the niche, and then what is your goal in 2 years time and 3 years time. So when you are clear with these goals, and you have to constantly keep talking and keep pitching. It's like there is no magic wand where you just have an idea and then suddenly the right investor shows up on your door. It doesn't work that way. You have to keep pitching and pitching and pitching, and then one person will say, hey, I know this person, you should contact them. So in fact, I have done hundreds of pitches. We call it an elevator pitch. Basically, it's a 1-minute pitch that you keep talking about your vision. And one of my contacts said, hey, you know what, you should take this project to IJM, International Justice Mission. And they said, you should contact the global head of IJM, and this person said, I have access, I can try to connect you. And he said, why don't you work with IJM to roll it out globally? So just because he did that doesn't mean the door is opened yet. I'm still knocking, but I'm just giving you a real-time, honest example of how progress happens. So I'm talking to this person, he's connecting me to someone, and then so I'm talking to my colleague in Australia, and then she's connecting me to a colleague in Netherlands, and she's connected to the Netherlands government. And it's like you just have to keep doing the hard work. So I said success is 99% hard work, 1% luck. You do your homework, you do the hard yards, and you will just see there is nothing called overnight success. That is actually a facade. It's basically a mirage. There is nothing as overnight success. You do the hard yards, and then you will see things unfold and change things. Yeah.
Wow. And by the way you talk, like that energy, we want students to have that. What's the time difference between, maybe, I'm sure since you guys are 10-12 hours ahead, by the time we are about to sleep, you get up. By the time we get up, what's the time zone? How do you guys manage?
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, basically you're working pretty much all the time. Sometimes I have calls at midnight, US time, US calls, and sometimes like the other day I was working till like 3 a.m. and then and then you still get up, and just because you work till 3 a.m. doesn't mean you can sleep till like 11 a.m. It doesn't work that way. You just have to get up and roll. So basically what happens is, what I'm trying to convey is, you have to, so all these pictures that Professor showed you, yes, they are the good side of things and a lot of positive things and happy moments, but there were so many moments where you really think, man, you're getting punches in the gut, left, right, and center, and you really question, do you really want to go ahead? It's like you talk to 10 people and 5 people say, wow, it's a great idea, and the other people say, hey man, it's crap, don't do it, and why are you risking your life, and all these negative things. So you have to be firm. Why am I doing it? The why of what you do has to be very firm. And then when you're convinced with this why. So for example, with I Am Safe, one of the investors I was talking to, he said, hey mate, I invest a bit of cash, but tell me why you're doing it. What's in it for you? Basically, that's what he asked. When I told him I want to register this as a foundation, I don't want to make money out of it, but I want to make the world a better place. He asked me one question. He said, "What's in it for you?" So I answered something without even realizing, and then I realized my words, what I was saying. I actually told him, I said, I'm doing this not because I want to do it, but I'm doing it because it has to be done. So I basically told him, look, you know what? If someone else tomorrow does this, I will just clap my hands and cheer him on and I'll say, well done. And I'll just walk away and do something else. I'm not doing this because I want fame. I'm not doing this because I want this glory. I'm doing this because there is a need here and it has to be done. And because nobody is doing it to the best level or to the best quality, I'm doing it. So the why of what you're doing has to be very crystal clear, and only then you can beat the obstacles, you can, progress forward and keep moving ahead.
Good. Can you tell the very good speaker, we used to always think about the why of what, begin with why, you know what?
Yeah, Simon Sinek. So, my friends, I would encourage you to hear this TED talk. If you have, there's a place to chat. I can probably send you. It's called "Start with Why." WHY. Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Just Google him. Simon Simon and Sinek Sinek. Some of you might have heard him, but he's one fantastic speaker. And it's only a 20-minute video, but you have to listen because it shifts your thinking as to how much this aspect of why you are doing this important. So you look at Professor Samuel Johnson here. He's so committed to motivating students and helping students. So he's very clear in his why, because if he's not clear in his why, distractions along the way sometimes try to take you out. So even the same with us, as an entrepreneur, as running a business, you have to be clear with why you are doing Ruah Tech, why you are doing I'm Safe. Otherwise you just lose the vision along the way and you lose the focus. So start with why and be very clear. So for me, my why I'm doing it, because I'm called to make a change in this world and make the lives of people better and transform cities. So I am very clear in my why, and no matter what, in high times and low times, this is what I was born for. This is why I am alive, and I will make sure it's done. So that's the resolve and the clarity we have in terms of why we are doing it.
Sure. So I've sent this link in the chat to people. Yeah. Is this the one?
Yeah, that's the one. Actually, that could be a better video. There's a lot of videos of him. If you just go to the reference one, yeah, actually it's a TED Talk. Yeah, you can do that, or there's one more video as well. I'll see if I can send the link in the. It's basically that video, but there are 4 or 5 videos you can take the best.
Sure.
So it's basically him. Start with why, and yeah, I'll send you this link. Can I send in Teams?
You can just send it in WhatsApp.
Program.
Okay.
One.
Yeah.
Just put it to me in my WhatsApp. I'll immediately share.
Yeah. So that's the one.
It's about integrating light fashion. Well.
Oh yeah, got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one you've opened. Yeah, it's that one.
That kicks us off for the first speaker tonight.
Yeah, that's the one. 18 minutes of your time, friends. It'll change your life. Trust me.
Okay.
It changed my life, and it will change yours. So basically, explains what's the difference between Apple and what's the difference between companies that are successful and leaders who make change and make action. So it's pretty good. He actually has written a book as well. Start with why.
All right. Good. So now what I'll do is I'll just open up for the students. They can unmute, and just this is the time you have quick to catch up with Mr. Samson Selladurai. You can see his passion, his goal in life is pretty simple. All right, it's not about why I should do it. All right, it's because somebody has to do it, and it's about he's keeping the whole country in mind. He's keeping the big picture in mind. At such a young age, if he can do this, if this talk on 9th of March 2021 can bring an impact, and I'm sure all the students have that talent. Yeah. So come on, quickly, you can unmute yourself, and then you guys can quickly, anyone, yeah, from the VB side, I can see Paul. You can just tell your name. Please tell your name first, and then introduce yourself. It'll be good if you can just quickly switch on your video and then ask a question, and you can switch it off. Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
What is your
So,
name?
yeah. So, good evening, Mr. Samson, and I'm Sudhendra. I'm from like in computer science, third year in my computer science. First off, I mean, it was amazing listening to you and like your vision and everything. But the thing, but like if you, I mean, if you don't mind me, I want to take kind of critical view on it, and I just had a question, quick question when you were explaining about your app and the impact that it's gonna have. I was just looking into the statistic and the estimated forecast of the number of people who are going to use, I mean, who are going to use smartphones in India by 2021 is 760 million use, 760 million people. And compare it with the overall population, it's about 55%. So the deal is in entire India by 2021, there's just 55% of people who will have a smartphone, right? So there's 45% more people who do not have smartphone yet, and there's a high chance that these kind of rapes happen in rural area, and there's a high chance that a lot of people, I mean the majority of this 45% is in the rural area. So how do you account for that? I mean, I'm sure you will think of you would have thought of that problem. And what about, I mean, this is just India, right? You were talking about Thailand, Vietnam, and all the other countries as well. So when you're looking into that as well, see, first off, it's an amazing thought that you're looking into countries which are not completely developed, right? So in a developed country, you have an advantage of almost everyone having a smartphone, but you don't have that advantage here. So how are you looking to tackle that problem? Because the amount and the chance of a woman getting raped in these kind of countries is much higher compared to the others, right? So how are you thinking of tackling this problem? If your entire solution is based just on the smartphone, I mean, is there anything that you are looking into? I just want to know your view on that.
Yeah, so thank you, Surendra. Good question. See, when we started it, I told my team the story of starfish. I'm not sure if you heard of the story of a guy and starfish, a boy and a starfish. So basically, the story goes like this: this boy goes on the shore and he sees millions of starfish on the shore, and it was about to die. And he starts taking one by one starfish and starts throwing into the sea. And this old man walks by and says to the little boy, "You are such a fool because you're wasting your time. Do you think you can save all the millions of starfish? And you are just being one person throwing one by one into the sea. Even if you do it 24/7, you can't save all of them." And the little boy just smiled at the old man, and he just took another starfish and he threw to the sea and said, "But I made a difference for that one." So the moral of the story is, you are right, and very sadly and humbly, we won't be able to reach all of them, but we are doing a little part to start with. So we are taking the first step. So this is what entrepreneurship is about. If you think too big and try to be a god, you will fail miserably, and you will fail out of depression, then you can't help everybody. So somewhere you have to start, right? So we are starting here, and maybe along the way we may invent our own device, like a hardware device. It could be a whole different invention. And one more thing I want to touch on while on entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, that's again another TED talk. I think there was a research that was made, and that they say the success of an idea depends on few factors, right? And most people think the number one factor, which is the success of an app or an idea, is actually the concept or the idea. Like, for example, people may think the success of I Am Safe is this idea of this whole geotagging and helping and whatever. But funnily enough, or interestingly, the statistics said the success is not in the idea. The number one factor is actually in the timing of the release of the app. In other words, to give you a practical example, Ola became successful not because of the idea. Airbnb became successful not because of the idea, but because they were launched in a timing where GFC happened, the global financial crisis. So everyone were looking for an additional job. So people worked in the daytime and evening they were willing to work as Uber drivers. Then in the same time, 4G came into play. So you had the whole maps and this thing working on the go. Imagine if this whole Uber idea had come 20 years back, it would have been a massive failure, right? So what I'm trying to say is, today we are taking the first step. Today we are thinking the solution. Tomorrow, 6 months down the lane, there could be a whole new invention, or the environment, or this whole concept may come together where we will launch a hardware, we will launch a, or like how Facebook is bringing drones and they're giving internet to places that are no internet. Like something will happen, but we are doing a first step, So we just do what we can, and we see how we can solve the other problems.
Good. So
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that advice, and I appreciate that. And also, just one last question: if anyone wants, any one of our students, because you are such a person with such a high spirit, if anyone wants to get in contact with you, how do we do that?
Yeah, I was searching for a place where I can send my LinkedIn link, but I couldn't find how to do my chat. So should I send it on WhatsApp?
Yeah, no, the below this entire video in the YouTube, all your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and the link is already there on the chat. So I want all the students to go personally on LinkedIn, get connected. All right, I'm bringing these people so that you people get connected. All right, I don't know whether other courses you are understanding the importance of meeting an industry person and getting connected. All right, so there's not about just attending and then getting some marks and then your mark sheet goes off, which is of no value. Go to the LinkedIn, get connected, and reach out to people. We'll also share the email, and I'm very sure that even internships and projects and co-learning can happen. Yeah, so that's there. Did you people get on the chat?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, so you can just quickly open it up, and I'll also give you the maybe did you get the chat on the company? And each one of you should have your own LinkedIn very active, because that's something which is going to catch up. All right, I'll also give the email, right? Did you get email of Samson? Let me just give it to you guys.
I've just sent on WhatsApp.
Sure. Yeah, I just got it. Your LinkedIn is given, your email is given, your website is given. Guys, did you get the email? Can you just check?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when we are trying to bring people from all over the globe to you at your doorstep, all right, in Telugu there's a dialogue. మీ ఊరికి వచ్చా, మీ ఇంటికి వచ్చా, మీ గుమ్మానికి వచ్చా, something like that. Crazy dialogues, filmy dialogues. But this is the truth. When somebody is coming to your doorstep just on your mobile and a click of button, make use of it. Otherwise, it's a huge competitive world, my dear friends, and we don't know what's going to happen, how companies are going to work. If you don't have talent, I tell you, you just have to be within your gully, within your colony, right? And that's going to happen, and I'm sure that you guys have talent. Anybody has any quick questions? Quick, before we...
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Samson.
Tell your name, and then...
I'm Shanmukh. I'm a third year BTech student from computer science. Well, I have a question for you. Your company is into many services like AI, ML, AI, VR, MR, and many things, building apps and so on. So how do you manage the distribution of your services? Because, various clients have various, various requests. How do you shift yourself completely from one technology to other technology, and how you manage your services? And also, yeah, please.
No, go ahead. Finish your question. I'll answer it all.
Also, I have one more question. In tech field, innovation is the most important thing. And how do you drive innovation and the new product cycles?
Okay, so right now we are the first product own product we have developed is I'm Safe. We have not started our own like products such, but we are more into services space. So we have separate departments. So we have a head of department for AR and VR. So we have a head of department for cybersecurity, and there's different projects that happen under different streams. So that keeps going. So that from an organizational, operational point of view, we don't see much hassle. It just keeps evolving, and we develop from there. From a driving innovation point of view, I would say it's about the people. So in our company, we stress this again and again and again, where we say, look, we are concerned more about your attitude than your skills. Skills anyone can learn, but having the right attitude matters. So if you have someone who's like a get guy or a fist guy in coding, and he has a crappy attitude, he's fired. We don't have no toleration policy there. But equally, if someone is struggling to learn but showing interest, like they're willing to do hard work, they're willing to learn outside work hours, we are very flexible. We say that's fine. We'll keep giving you chances and let you come up in life and in company. So that's the culture we have. So that facilitates an environment of innovation, because the people are able to trust you. They're able to trust you with their ideas and with their thoughts and their journey, and then you journey together towards that. So we have some of the top guys in our company are resigned from IBM and Accenture and Mahindra and all these top MNCs, and they've quit, come and joined us. So that's a core value we have, and we have built an excellent team. And soon down the lane, we will be one of the top companies that will make impact, or in other words, put India on the map, so to speak, and make the world a better place. So that's what we aim to do as a group of people who's passionate to bring change.
Thank you, Mr. Samson. Wish you all the success.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good. Shanmukh Sai has asked a very good question, especially in terms of the product line. How do you manage? And thanks for that. Okay, quick. Anybody? Any questions? Anything? I'm sure you won't get this much of opportunity, so quickly take this time. And in the meantime, you can also go to LinkedIn and you can give a connect and then just get connected. You never know how this can land up. Yeah. So are you started getting on LinkedIn, Samson?
Yes. Yeah. Let me check.
Oh. So okay. Anybody? Are there any girls who's got questions? This whole product is about,
Hi, this is Priyanka.
Priyanka, where is it? Okay, just tell your name. Yeah, Priyanka from Andhra Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Vijayawada, Bridge ke niche. Okay.
So actually, now you're successful, okay. But like when you started, I think you would have failures also. At that time, did you any think about losing out or leaving it, or what made you think to come this extent? Like, what are the factors or what your thoughts you have at that time?
Firstly, I would like to correct on the terminology of success. I think success first is an attitude, because we have defined success a bit wrongly. Like we have something in our mind to say we have attained, and then we call ourselves successful. Firstly, I think success is an attitude. The very fact that you are studying in VIT-AP, I would say you're successful. So it's a relative term. You have to compare with people around you, and yeah, you're fortunate to study here while others can't. So I wouldn't call myself as successful in terms of what I achieved, but I would say I'm successful in terms of my attitude. I am a successful person because I am blessed to be in this world and the good things that we can do. And number two, you asked a question of how do you handle downtimes. So I have this mantra, right? So it goes like this: no matter where you are in life, there is always someone who is better than you. Absolutely. You could be Bill Gates, you could be Mukesh Ambani, you think these guys don't have competence. There's always somebody better than you, But equally, no matter where you are in life, there is always someone less fortunate than you. So you be grateful. So this mantra is this: there's no matter where you are in life, there's someone better than you. So stay humble. No matter where you are in life, there's someone always less fortunate than you. So be grateful. So in my downtimes, I don't look at people who are better than me. I look at people who are less fortunate than me, and that gives me a heart of gratitude. So that makes me feel okay. What am I complaining about? I have so much things better than others. So that gives me the strength or this energy to keep moving forward. And again, as I said, it's the vision. You're committed to making things happen, and you just keep moving. You just keep trying, keep knocking doors. So that's the thing that actually keeps me going, to be honest. And yeah, the times when you're down, it's absolutely havoc. There are times where I just come, I really don't even know what to do, so stressed out. You just either go for a walk, or you just call your call someone who's close to you, whom you can share all these things, and you just let it out, and then you just wake up the next morning and face the day and just fight it out. So I think that's how it works.
Thanks. I think your mantra will help many of us, I think.
Thank you.
Priyanka, will it help you, this mantra?
Sir, like many of us, if we have any failure, I think the main first idea we get is, I think we have done something and we need to stop it. So at that time, they need to we need to gain confidence at that to rebuild our confidence and work on it. So I think this mantra will help us.
And also, I like to add one more thing. In India, like growing up, most of middle class. I grew up in a middle class family, and your even though your parents and your peers don't verbally tell you, but the culture tells you that failure is a bad word, right? It's almost like you failed, man. That's it. You're like, you lost it. You're if you don't get your top CGPAs at uni, if you don't get placed, or if you don't get double placement, or like you're bad, or if it's always this failure is a bad word mindset. But surprisingly, when I went to US, we visited Silicon Valley and met with investors and all of that. These guys celebrate failure. In fact, the investor is willing to invest in you if you tell them I had a failed venture before, because he's saying by failure you've learned all your lessons, and now I can bet on you because I'm investing this money where you've learned your failure on some previous experience. But if you say I've always been successful, then the investor are really doubtful. If this guy will take this money and will fail again and learn from my money, I would rather invest in him if he's failed before and learned his lessons. So it's a different culture, and I think we have to understand that failure is not a bad word.
So here, Samson and Priyanka and students, I just want to, when you said about the word failure, maybe students can go and do a Google search. It's a very, very hilarious thing, but it happened and it's happening. People can find out and put on the group later. There is one guy, Mr. Samson in Gujarat. He's from a very poor background and he knows he will never win elections. But in India, you can just go start up your own election campaign and say you started a organization and you can compete. So whenever there is Lok Sabha elections, he will go and nominate his nominations against the Prime Minister wantedly, because he knows he's going to fail. Okay, and now by doing that, he has been doing against CMs, against PMs, against big people, and he lost in all the world. And today he's having a record in the world, the maximum number of failures in election campaign against big positions, and now he became more famous than before. So you never know how, and he didn't have money, he didn't have anything. So you see how different people take failure as.
But again, the lesson there is he is focused at least,
Yes, he's focused.
He's focused.
And today the whole world knows him. Otherwise, who would have ever known him? He's got a record. He's got a big, whatever. So yeah, things are crazy and good. So thanks, Priyanka, for that question.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, Gopi Shetty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. You said that success depends on our hard work, no, sir. What are the obstacles do you face, sir?
Your obstacles.
Yes, sir.
I think the first obstacle we face is the mindset that we have. They say a war is won or lost before it is fought.
Yes, sir.
So I think it's the mindset first that needs to be overcome, that we can succeed, we can do it, we can make it, and then when we are internally overcome all the obstacles in our heart and mind, then the obstacles outside is relatively easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but relatively easier to conquer it. So I think that's the answer.
Yes, sir. Along with these plans, what are your upcoming plans, sir?
Well, I have a lot of ideas. During COVID, we developed an app called Shake Poverty, and through the app, we were able to help more than registered data. We were able to help more than 1 lakh people, And unofficially, we were able to help more than 5 lakh people with food and groceries. We were part of a team. It was not just us doing it. So the bigger vision is one day we will have an app called Shake Poverty, where we will have an army of volunteers who will find people who are in need of food and clothing, and then we will just deliver food and clothing to them and eradicate poverty from India. So that's the goal, Shake Poverty. Like, we have a lot of big dreams and goals, and it will happen. We are building the right team, and the resources will come. So when you are focused on the vision and take the little steps, you will see things aligning and coming to pass. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this wonderful opportunities.
Thank you very much.
All right, so good. We are good to close. Is your video stuck, Mr. Samson, or?
Oh no! Can you see me? I thought you could see
no,
me.
The pic is, maybe you can just once switch off and switch on your video, because we'll close it up now.
Yeah.
And would somebody wants to just take a lead? We'll be happy if there's any girls over there to just give a word of thanks quickly. Anybody who just want to close the session? It was wonderful, Mr. Samson, seeing your vision, seeing your talk. I hope that maybe after a few years, some of them, as you rightly said about the question, how can I do it for the rural people where there's no mobile? And you said about starfish, and I want to wrap up in the 2 lines. All of us cannot do everything, but each of us can do something. Right? Before thinking of the big problem, just think, what is that I'm able to do something? Because all of us cannot do everything, but each of us can do something. And Samson and his team, I am safe, is trying to do that something which will definitely be of some value. All right. So if all of us can do that something, one day it's going to become a big thing. And then you see the whole world is going to be a better place. And you got to understand, you and me, we are safe. Maybe what is going to happen to your next generation? Put this question. What is going to happen to your children? Are they going to be safe? Are they going to be ruthless? Are they going to be, if you get a good sleep tonight after remembering this question, then automatically ideas will start coming in. Because until unless nothing happens to you, you never think about all this, right? So that's the best thing of Samson. Thank you so much. It was wonderful, and may God bless you to go greater places. And once everything is done, I would wish that you come down and meet students live, and let's go for some MOU kind of thing where our students and your projects can come together and do some idea pitching competitions in the month of May. Let's do that and see how students can bring their ideas to your development. And I wish that this can happen. So can anyone wants to volunteer quick to give the vote of thanks? Anyone would like to take it up quickly? Yes, no, yes. I can see some engineering. I can see some BBA. Quick, anyone?
Hello, sir.
What's your name, please?
Sir, Parul Gupta.
हाँ पारुल जी, थोड़ा वीडियो डाल दो जी. कहाँ से हो बोलो?
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी. Then again, you guys can close. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Sir.
Just introduce yourself, Parul. Who you
Yes,
are,
sir.
what you are.
Sir, I'm Parul Gupta from I'm BBA student, first year. It was very beautiful listening to you, and I'm very inspired. First thing which I really liked was that even I want to be an entrepreneur, but I was not getting idea about like what to think and how to do in startup. So when you said why, we have to think that why am I doing this? So I think I got my answer that to do anything I have to think that way, that why I'm doing it. And also it is not of mine, but also we have to work in hand with the people to get that idea. Yes, sir. Thank you,
So
sir.
where are you from, Parul? Which part of the world are you from? Introduce.
Yes, sir. Actually I'm from West Bengal, from Bhutan border. I mean Bhutan India border. So yes, sir.
Excellent.
So she can whenever she want citizenship, she can just go to Bhutan and say hi, and after 5 minutes she can come back to the border of India. So Parul Gupta is a first year, just first year. Yeah.
Yes.
And they're doing really good. So maybe you need to catch up some of them. Thanks, Parul Gupta. All right.
Thank you.
So thank you. Now what we'll do quickly is a final group pic, which is going to go a little viral. Switch on your cameras, as many as of you can, for a few seconds. Smiling with Samson Selladurai. Quick. And you can, and somebody's also raising hand. P2, where is P2? Quickly, switch on. Quick. Yeah, I can see Jairam, I can see Parul, I can see, oh, Aditya, hi. Hey, don't worry about your background and hairstyle. No. This is everybody, sabki lagi hai, puri dunya ki lagi hai. Don't worry. Oh yeah, Pawan Kumar, good to see you, bro. What's that hairstyle name? Yeah, nice. Cool. Yeah, others, that's all? Only this much? Quick. Oh, where are others? I can see. Okay, Tripati, kidhar gaya? Really? Saishwar, how are you, brother? Yes. Okay. So you can just maybe what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to have a thumbs up sign or what? Quickly near the mobile or kaisa? Quick. Or you want to do your swag and Anusha? Okay. Hairstyle and super. Okay. No problem. So swag. Oh, quick. What is it you guys want to give? You guys want to give thumbs up? I don't know. Quick, everybody. All the guys who are on the cam. Yeah. Okay, there we go. She was there. Tripati, Anusha, Bangaru. Oh wow. उसका nail polish दिख गया. Okay. Branding. Marketing her. Okay. Bunga, Anusha, say a word of thanks. Final word of thanks. Quick. Unmute yourself and say a word of thanks. Yeah. Quick. Can you hear her? Aditya, can you give a word of thanks? Or Tripati, can you unmute? I don't know. I can't. They're talking, but I can't hear anyone. Gaurav, Satish, Vinod Satish, whoever. Sai Tumala. Are you able to hear me? No. Samson, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Thank
that?
you, sir.
Aditya. Yes.
Thanks for the insight, sir. And then your idea was very inspiring. And like I like at the starting, I was not even interested a bit, but then when you started explaining your app, I felt really motivated. Thanks for your time, sir, and thank you, Samuel, sir, for this
Good. So
opportunity.
Aditya, after a few years, I have to interview you, and you will speak to many in the world. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That should be the way you guys have to work. Yeah. Raghava, Parul Gupta, everyone. Urka kukunama, tinnama, perigama, dubbayama. It doesn't work. Okay. Good. So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Samson, bro. It was wonderful. Thanks, everyone. I know it's evening, but you see, that's the power of challenge. And these guys are really good. I wish that all the students one day, we will get their appointment and Parul Gupta will say, I was on Bhutan, India border. Now I am on US, Canada border. And then, she will be like flying around, and Jairam also will be flying around after their BBA. Okay. Thanks all. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Sure. So
Thank you,
Samson,
sir.
your email, your LinkedIn, everything is
Thank
there.
you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. So I'll stop recording, and then we have taken the attendance.